Welcome back. Thank you for staying with the Hot 7 Nightly News. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force has confirmed that a report has been made against a fellow police officer and is being investigated. The officer in question was accused by family members of deceased Ali Smith of beating him and possibly causing his death. Press Relations Officer in the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, Corporal Anne Joseph, told Hot 7 News that Smith died of natural causes.
A post-mortem examination has been conducted in relation to this incident, and the cause of death was determined to be left cerebral infarction. That is consistent with a stroke. He died on the 13th of April 2019, about 7:35 a.m. at the Victoria Hospital.
With that said, Corporal Joseph says the matter brought against the officer who was accused of assaulting Smith is being looked into.
We were in receipt of a report which was referred to us the same day of the death in relation to this individual having sustained injuries caused by police officers. Prior to that, we were not in receipt of any report on his behalf or made by him. It's alleged that this incident took place about the first week of March, and investigations are continuing into those allegations.
Corporal Joseph cast doubts over concerns voiced by Smith's family over the legitimacy of the post-mortem process and results.
I don't want to speak preemptively on this matter. If at all that determination is made by medical practitioners as to who can be present, there are a lot of factors that you need to take into consideration. For instance, someone may be displaying infectious symptoms of an infectious disease, and for medical reasons, persons are not allowed in there. So that determination has to be made by a medical practitioner, but I don't think the allegations being made now, as you stated, are actually correct, that the family was not allowed in there. But again, at the conclusion of the investigation, a formal report will be made where details will be made available to the public and the media.
The PRO says the allegations against the officer are indeed very serious and are being investigated by a special team of police officers. The crown for Miss Plus Size Universe pageant was captured by St. Lucia's very own Annabelle Rawlins. Held in St. Vincent, the pageant queen says the atmosphere, organization and competition were all top-notch. Touting the importance of competitive events, Miss Plus Size Universe says her support system created the backbone for her to champion her way to the top. Solange Alfred tells us more.
Queens radiate confidence no matter their height, skin tone, or size. Hailing from the community of Ancillary, Annabelle Rawlins secured the crown of Miss Plus Size at the Miss Plus Size Universe pageant held in St. Vincent on Saturday, April 20th. Rawlins is no stranger to pageantry, having placed second runner-up in Miss Curves with Confidence pageant in May 2018. The plus-size beauty, who was able to snag 3 awards during her recent performance, inclusive of Best Promotional Speech, Best Swimwear, and People's Choice, says the pride she feels comes from knowing that her entire team gets to share in the victory.
It was a lot of hard work getting to St. Vincent and getting to do everything there, going towards the night of the show. So I felt really proud that my hard work and chaperones' hard work paid off.
Rawlins intends to focus her energies into building a foundation aimed at helping young women of all sizes boost their confidence.
I'm looking to get a foundation together, start a foundation mainly for young women where we could have a voice and also get to develop our confidence, because some of us, we don't have the confidence, some of us have lost it along the way. And also, I mean, we all need girlfriends to go out and have a good time with, so I'm looking to get that together.
Sharing a little queenly advice, Rawlins had some encouraging words for any individual looking to represent their island but lacking the confidence needed to take the first steps.
You should definitely go for it, because I mean there's gonna be people that has discouraged you, that will discourage you, and I mean at the end of the day, if you really want it, it's gonna pay off.
The world of pageantry is often viewed as a highly competitive scene. This, Rawlins says, did not deter the girls hailing from all over the Caribbean to form camaraderie. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Now, still on the subject of pageantry, the Soufrière Events Committee unveiled its Sizzling Six on Saturday during the official launch of the 2019 Soufrière Carnival Queen pageant. Organizers say the Sizzling Six, as they have been dubbed, are ready to thrill audiences for this year's Carnival pageant.
Contestants, you are about to embark on a life-changing journey. Not only will this experience transform you, it will also open many windows of opportunities. Those opportunities will promote holistic personal growth and self-development. Pageantry can also be fun and exciting. It is a learning experience for you. It takes courage to go on stage and to present yourselves on such a platform. However, the rewards you reap will be as a direct result of the hard work that you have sown. To achieve this, you all must be disciplined, focused, humbled, and be determined to be crowned Queen of Carnival 2019.
I want to thank the young ladies for having the courage to volunteer, to take part in this contest. I know it can be very challenging, very frustrating. Sometimes it can be very demotivating, but you had the courage to come up and volunteer to take part in Soufrière Carnival 2019. So I want to thank you on behalf of the people of Soufrière for doing so. I also want to say a big thank you to the Soufrière Events Committee. This committee was a committee I put in place 3 years ago when we came into office, primarily to revive Soufrière Carnival and other national events. And they've been doing a very, very wonderful job under the leadership of Mr. Curtis Didier and of course Mr. Malcolm Matrin. And I want to assure them that they have my unwavering support for Soufrière Carnival and other events which they are going to be putting in place for the town of Soufrière.
Now, on the subject of health, officials in the Ministry of Health are dispelling misconceptions surrounding vaccinations and alleged side effects attached to them. The method, they say, is for the greater good of the populace, and to date, there have been no proven links with available vaccines and diseases, including autism. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
In the age of conspiracy theories, and with multiple technological online sources feeding them, the island's Ministry of Health is tackling one said conspiracy theory head-on. World Immunization Week began on the 20th of April and will culminate on April 27th. However, there has been growing resistance to immunizations from persons who refuse to either receive vaccinations or to have them administered to their children. Said persons are known as anti-vaxxers and are of the belief that vaccinations come with numerous side effects, including links to autism. During a press conference on Tuesday at the MOH, the matter was addressed by Medical Officer of Health Dr. Sharon Belmar George.
There's a lot of information out there on the internet which is not backed by any type of evidence-based research. A lot of it is persons writing up papers without the necessary documents to back it up. So persons read a lot of this, and if a lot of misinformation out there, make certain decisions in terms of not immunizing their children. So we work with the Ministry of Education. As you know, through our Education Act, the children within schools must be immunized coming into a school. So we work with them and parents who are resistant in terms of immunizing their children. We provide them with updated information. We give them facts, we give them research. We have a discussion with them at the ministry so that they could do the correct thing in terms of ensuring the health and safety of their children.
Dr. Belmar George cited the growing cases of measles which have been affecting numerous children, both in the UK and the US, as a result of parents failing to allow their children to be immunized. As for parents having little choice over the matter, where they are faced with the decision to either get their children vaccinated or to have their children barred from acceptance into any school on Ireland, Dr. Belmar George said this is not only for personal health, but it is of public importance.
There is a process called herd immunity, where if your immunization level is higher than 95%, then you have a 5% of persons who would be protected because everybody around them is immunized. It makes it more difficult for a disease where you have up to 95% for it to be transmitted within country. And we have been seeing that until lately, like with measles. But what is happening now, with more and more persons choosing not to immunize, it means our coverage will go lower than 95, and we would have a greater proportion of our population now that would be at risk. The other issue we have, because we don't start MMR at birth, if we have too much of a gap of persons who are not immunized, a new baby who's just a few months, who would not be ready for immunization, would now be put at risk from a sibling who's not immunized.
Assistant Principal Nursing Officer Tekla Jabatis added that there is a surveillance system in place to keep track of every vaccine administered. She said if persons have any reports or concerns of adverse events following vaccinations, the matter will be thoroughly investigated. With that said, she continued that there have been 0 reports linking long-term illnesses to any vaccine administered to date. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Thank you, Rochelle. This is the Hot 7 Nightly News. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this quick break.